I'm jealous of Jeffrey Archer actually. But more than that, I'm glad he exists. I like how God and Lucifer are friends. It has the same twists, turns, shockers, surprises that is typical of a Jeffrey Archer book. The best book I've read in a long time. Oh my god, what a phenomenal book this is. It sang to me, this story is an absolute masterpiece. I just want to go to Guernsey, find these people and give them a big hug. On the whole, as a series, The Clifton Chronicles should get 5 out of 5 stars because it is so engaging. The writing is even better, and that is exactly what propels this book from wanting to be a wannabe eccentric novel into a thing of absolute beauty. Good God, am I glad that I read it. The author knows how to weave a story of bereavement and learning. It's a pleasant surprise. It is tragic, this story, but I like it. Where was this book all my life? Why hadn't I read it before? I wasn't prepared at all for the emotions that were threatening to overtake me. It is simple yet hard-hitting. I love this book so much. The writing is humorous and funny while the story is heart-wrenching. I give A Man Called Uwe obviously a full 5 out of 5 stars, and I would give it 10, 15, 20 if I could. By the end of the book, I was so much more affected. I didn't understand how to support Simon through the pages when his thoughts and heart were jumping back at me from there. I was not prepared at all for the frustration, the anger, the pain, the joy. This one made me laugh and giggle for some reason. It is a light, fun, easy read, and in its simple language, it gives you an insight into the typical workings of a Muslim family. The narrative is simple, but it packs a punch. It is so encouraging to see that someone who started their own venture, someone who's an entrepreneur, is so successful. It is not preachy. It is a very friendly sort of banter kind of thing. Simple language, it is a fast, pacey read. Very fun read. And I can't tell you how beautifully the story pans out. There's no sugarcoating in this. It was an enjoyable read, and I probably like it more than I liked the first book in the series. I actually read this book out aloud because it's in the style, it's in a Shakespearean play style, and I enjoyed it so much. There are sentences that translate the beeps and meeps of R2-D2, and he's simply throwing sass at C-3PO. The characters are strong, the plotline is strong, the language is strong. It has become one of my most favorite fantasy novels of all time. Everything about Children of Blood and Bone is precious. It's the story of struggle, it's the story of doing the right thing, it's the story of fighting with your inner demons and emerging successful. It's the story of learning to trust and to know what to trust and what not to trust. I love running along with Percy and his friends trying to solve quests and trying to save the world. This series seeps into your blood. It sort of grows on you. I'm so grateful that I actually went ahead and read it. I loved it. Yes, I cried. It's so heartbreaking that I can't even talk about it anymore. It made me laugh so much that I fell in love with it. I got to reading it and and my god, it's such a beautiful retelling. This book is so much fun, to be honest, because Bill Bryson has a very comic, humorous way of looking at things. Explained the Appalachian Trail so well. Even if it's slow, have some patience. Storytelling at its best. Okay, listen. I was not prepared for this level of awesomeness, okay? There's sass, there's action, there's romance, there's mythology, and there's so much more in this last book. By the time I came to the end, I was nursing a bruised and battered heart. See, this is a book that deserves to be a bestseller. Chanakya is a lesson in how to write historical fiction. I absolutely loved it. Anuja Chauhan's easy, breezy, very Indian style of writing got to me. I actually love how it talks to the reader, the writing, how it talks to the reader. I was kind of impressed by how much it was getting right about the modern world, even though it was written a long time ago. The internet... This book brought a lot of feelings within me. The best part about this book is that it doesn't lose its humor in any situation. So beautiful in its heartbreak. To me, this story is all about a girl with low self-confidence or the will to do anything being told by a man who can't do anything that she actually can do something. The story is packed with emotion. And if you've ever felt restricted in your life, be it family, friendships, career, love life, sexuality, anywhere, then you will sort of identify with, sympathize with and empathize with Xiomara. It got me hooked onto audiobooks. It has a very, different perspective on cancer and terminal illness. This is a very well written thriller. It has all the masala required. It is fun in most parts to see a half Korean family going ahead with their lives. I loved reading this book because Madeline Miller has a very laid back style of writing that makes you think that you have all the time in the world to sit back and enjoy what she's writing. It captures pain, love, remorse, heartbreak, everything so beautifully. I cried reading this book. I am left speechless every time I try to talk about it. Let me put this out there. I hate Satyavati. She's a selfish character, but the credit for all the things that I'm feeling towards Satyavati should be given to Kavita Kane, because it's an ode to how well the narration has been made to evoke such feelings, such strong feelings within you. It takes some time for you to read this book because you want to absorb everything. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed reading this book. I giggled, I laughed, I cried tears of laughter. As an Indian woman who's married, Mona, I totally get what you're thinking. But instead of teaching the women of our country to restrict themselves to timings, to restrict themselves to where they can go and where they cannot go, why can't we teach the men of our country? Why can't we bring the wrongdoing men of our country to justice? Why don't they get to face the music? Why does one gender have to live in the fear of being targeted by the other gender? Is that how humans are? I just went on a mini rant there, and I could feel my heart break, and I'm not exaggerating. Something that will make you understand a different number of perspectives. Karma is a witch with a B. A wonderful package of mental health and the little things that we don't think to bother about in day-to-day life. The story is also touching in its own way. The writing is really good. It's clear. It knows what it wants to convey. There is so much of friendship, love, the understanding of what's right and what's not. Becky Albert Ali has such a wonderful, easygoing writing style. It's a nice coffee table book that you can, pick up and learn a little something from. It's simple, it's beautiful, and it's everything that I look for in a book. And I can't tell you how that feeling is. This was spooky, but not in a spooky manner. And it also gives you quite a few lessons. One of the most beautiful graphic novels I've ever read. It gets to you, it hurts your heart like anything. I was just so awed at the genius that is Jeffrey Archer. It slyly and cleverly sheds light on the problems in Indian society by using the analogy between a goat and a woman. The writing style, it's very sophisticatedly easy, so enjoyable. Maybe it's his style of writing with the gentle brand of humor infused into it that makes it such an amazing read. It doesn't take the little things for granted. Leaves you with a warm feeling in the end. I'm just glad to have read this book. I don't have words to describe it because I've been ugly crying about it. The book that I'm talking about is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. And to read this book was such an emotional experience, and once I finished it, I didn't know what to do with my life. I don't think I'll be able to get over this book for as long as I live.